Hi guys, hope last week was good. Welcome back to this week. Now, this should be our week 10, if I'm not mistaken. So, last week we did a quick review on audiences. Now, this week we're going to look at mass media. Now, mass media here refers to the tools that we're going to use to reach the people. But before we continue, let's do a recap. So what did we talk about? We discussed about the various characteristics of audiences. So we looked at the audience group from the following age groups: the baby boomers, the millennials, the seniors. The millennials were split between the Gen X, Gen Y, and Gen Z or Z or Gen Alpha. We looked at how they consume media, what were their interests, how were they knowledge or tech savvy, how well were they savvy in those areas. Okay, we also looked at things like we also look at the group based on gender. So we looked at women, we looked at the LGBTQ um, population as well. Then we talked a little bit about ethnic groups, but more than that, we also discussed about the separation in terms of religious groups, the increased popularity of um, halal-based consumers who are very concerned with halal products, cosmetics, things like that. Okay. Now, this week, what we're looking at is tools related to public relations, specifically the three main media relations items, which are news releases. Here in the industry, we call them as press release. Um, in the text is news release, same thing. Then we look at the media kit. What actually is the media kit? Before looking at the use of interviews and news conferences. And finally, touching on radio and TV. Now, radio and TV, we don't really go into that in detail, but I'll just touch a little bit on it. Then for the tutorial, we'll be looking at the digital media and media um, in Malaysia itself. So in order to practice efficient PR, you need to be familiar with these tools. And lastly, for the online folder, we will be discussing about the internet and Malaysians' consumption patterns of things like social media, e-commerce, and stuff like that. So your learning outcomes for this week would be basically number one, to explore the various media tools utilized by PR practitioners, and of course, to learn more about PR deliverables like press release, media kit, and so forth.